Raise your hand if you have questions and introduce yourselves. Questions, please. Yep, here. Mike, please.
네, 스포츠 조선의 이건입니다. Hi, Regan. Currently from the 스포츠 조선. 영어로 한국말로 얘기를 할게요. 네. 일단 한국 대표팀이 이제 여기 왔습니다. 우리는 3경기를 하기 위한 것이 아니라 7경기를 하기 위해서 왔는데요. 그렇기 때문에 첫 경기가 너무나도 중요할 것 같은데 어떤 식으로 첫 경기에 무엇에 포인트를 맞추고 있는지 여쭙고 싶습니다.
Hello, coach. Obviously, being Korea Republic, we're not here for only the 3 games, coach. We're here for all 7 games. But in order to reach the 7th game in this tournament, the first match will be very, very important. So how are you preparing for the first match tomorrow?
Yeah, I totally agree. Game number 1 is a very, very important game. You want to start well into a tournament, and every game will be a nail biter. Every game will be difficult. I mean, all teams that are here in Qatar, all teams deserve to be here and are strong teams. And we will not underestimate any opponent. We will not think ahead what could be the next or the next game. We only will think about our first opponent, which is Bahrain tomorrow, which we respect a lot, which will be difficult. And then after that game, we can talk about the next one. But this is our message to Ijan and the whole team, is to be only focused on what's the next step. And so we expect a difficult game, and but we want to do well. We want to stay here until the very end.
일단은 말씀하신 대로 어느 한 경기 쉬운 경기가 없을 것 같습니다. 특히 대회를 이제 시작하는 첫 번째 경기가 그 어느 경기보다 중요할 것 같고요. 이번 대회에 참가한 모든 팀들이 상당히 강한 팀이라고 저는 생각을 합니다. 상당히 강한 팀이고 어느 한 팀, 약한 팀은 없다고 생각을 하고요. 얼마만큼 저희가 잘 준비하고 저희의 목표를 이루는데 저희 것을 하는 게 상당히 중요할 것 같고요. 내일도 바레인이지만 저희가 존중을 하고 아주 어려운 경기가 될 것이라고 예상을 하기 때문에 존중을 하면서 경기를 할 거고요. 저희 선수들, 옆에 황희찬 선수도 있지만은 선수들한테 지속적으로 지금 하는 얘기가, 또 제가 전하는 메시지가 한 경기 한 경기를 우리가 치르면서 그 다음 경기를 생각하자. 지금 당장 우리 앞에 가장 중요한 경기는 내일 있을 바레인전이고, 바레인전이 마무리가 돼야 그 다음 경기를 저희가 생각할 수 있기 때문에 말씀하신 대로 모든 그런 집중과 모든 그런 목표는 일단은 첫 게임에 맞춰져 있고요. 어떤 준비 잘 한 만큼 내일 좋은 경기 보여드릴 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you very much. The next question, please.
Shadi Amir from AWP. Würde die erwartete Verteidigungsstrategie gehen zu die anderen Spieler in Ihrem Team helfen?
Could you repeat, please, your question?
Okay, you want to ask in German? Würde die erwartete Verteidigungsstrategie gegen die anderen Spieler in Ihrem Team helfen?
Ob ich zu anderen Spielen auch gehe? Ja. So he was asking if I would go and see other games as well in the tournament, or?
With the defensive strategy of Bahrain against Tun, the other players in your team will help other players in your team?
If it would help other players in the team, depending on the strategy of Bahrain, I think no matter how our opponents will go, and if Bahrain plays a little bit more defensive style, or other opponents as well, we have to adjust. We have to adjust as to what we face, respect that, and find solutions. And I think the last few games that we prepared, not only World Cup qualifying, that we had 2 games, obviously with Singapore and with China, but also before that, we faced some defensive-minded teams in that. So we did quite well, okay. But even if you play a defensive-minded team, maybe they can always hurt you. They can hurt you with a counter break. They can hurt you with a set piece. So we have to be very alert. So yes, the adjustments to the style of the other team will be always a topic in this tournament.
Thank you, Coach, for the answer. Next question, please. Do we have a question, please? Yeah. Mike, please.
Hi, Jürgen. Paul McNamara from South China Morning Post. You spoke very highly of Franz Beckenbauer the other day and said he was a father and a mentor figure. So how much of an influence has he been on you in terms of your coaching career, and how much is he in your thoughts during this tournament in Qatar?
You want to translate that?
일단 질문은 얼마 전에 감독님께서 베켄바워 감독님, 돌아가신 베켄바워 감독에 대한 그런 추모의 그런 말씀을 하셨는데요. 베켄바워 감독님을 아버지라고 표현을 하셨고, 얼마나 감독님에게 축구적으로 영향을 많이 끼치셨고, 또 이번 대회를 치르면서 얼마나 많이 가슴속으로 또 베켄바워 감독님을 또 기억하실지에 대한 질문이었습니다.
Obviously, for me personally, but also for German football in particular, it's a very sad moment losing Franz Beckenbauer, but also for the world of football. I would say he was my coach for many years. I won the World Cup with him. He was like a father figure that I always could ask for advice my entire life. So it's difficult this moment for all of us, but I will be thankful to him forever. And so it's always been a very, very special person in my life.
Thank you very much. The next question, please.
Hello, this is Ahmed Haji from Rudao.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
This is Ahmed Haji from Rudao. I have questions for both Hwangi and for the coach also. I will first start with the Hwangi. Hwangi, you and the superstars of the South Korea are coming from a very stressful season in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga, and all these leagues. Do you think you have this power and this passion for another tournament also? Like this one is really important for Korea also, because you haven't won this tournament in the 60s. I think the last time you won this tournament. And for Jürgen, you have won a tournament with USA in the CONCACAF Gold Cup previously. Inside your mind, you think this is the one, in this one you are also going to win another tournament in Asia this time?
Play first.
황희찬 선수에게 질문이 있었고요. 황희찬 선수뿐만 아니라 지금 대한민국 대표팀의 많은 선수들이 지금 유럽에서 활약을 하고 있는데, 어떻게 보면 유럽에서 경기 출전도 많고 상당히 힘든 그런 시기에 또 아시안컵이라는 중요한 대회에 참가를 하게 됐는데, 아시안컵도 대한민국 대표팀에게 상당히 중요한 그런 대회고 64년 동안 우승이 없었는데 대회에 임하는 각오, 그리고 또 그런 많은 경기 수에 대해서 혹시 뭐 부담이 없는지에 대한 질문이었습니다.
일단 이 대회의 중요성을 너무나도 잘 알고 있고, 영국, 유럽, 저뿐만 아니라 유럽에서 뛰는 많은 선수들이 경기를 많이 치른 것도 사실이고, 당연히 K리그에 있는 선수들도 이제 막 시즌이 끝났기 때문에 정말 많은 경기를 치러왔던 것도 사실이고, 선수들이 경기 수로만 보면은 사실 피곤해하고 좀 그럴 수도 있는데, 선수들은 항상 대표팀에 오는 거를 너무 기쁘게 생각하고, 또 저희가 대표팀에 와서는 항상 그런 힘들다는 얘기는 선수들끼리도 잘 안 하는 것 같아요. 정말 저희끼리 어떻게 하면 더 잘할 수 있을지에 대해서 얘기를 좀 하고, 서로 긍정적인 분위기나 더 잘할 수 있는 부분들을 시너지를 내기 위해서 좀 많이 노력을 하는 편인 것 같은데, 이번 대회에서도 그런 준비 과정에서 그런 부분들이 굉장히 좋았다고 생각을 하고, 이제는 대회가 시작되기 때문에 저희가 그런 부분들을 결과로 보여드리고 싶은 마음이 크고, 당연히 선수로서 모든 경기에서 이기고 절대 지고 싶지 않다는 그런 생각들이 굉장히 큰 것 같고, 매 경기에서 좋은 결과들을 보여드리고 싶은 마음이 큰 것 같아요. 그렇게 하다 보면은 저희가 당연히 원하는 결과를 얻을 수 있을 거라고 생각하고 있습니다.
It's a very important tournament for us, but it's not just about me. A lot of my teammates who play in Europe, we had a lot of game time, but it's also the same with the players, the teammates who also play in the K-League. I mean, they recently finished the season, but they have many games going on. But I don't think that's a big issue. You know, when we come to the national team, it's a special moment. It's an honor, it's a joy, and it's where we want to be as a player. And when we come to the national team, our team, we don't speak about how tired we are. We don't speak about how stressed we are. We don't speak about how fatigued we are. We talk about what can we do to make this team better. What can we do together to bring the result? What can we do together to bring the result that everyone wants back in Korea as well? So we've been preparing well for this tournament. So I think what's important is, as a player, I don't want to lose any games. I want to go out there, win every game, and get the result that we want. So as you know, we prepared very well for this tournament. So hopefully we can go far, winning all games. And as a player, I want to play as many minutes as possible. At the end of the day, it's getting the good result game by game.
Thank you. Next question, please.
No, obviously I feel very honored. I feel privileged to coach this Korean national team since a year, and it's a wonderful experience. And just in the last 10 months, I learned a lot of things. I think we have a very strong team. And the goal is to be here at the very end of this tournament and play the final. This is our goal. I would love it not because I won the Gold Cup with America or I won the European Championship as a player with Germany. I want it because I feel this team has the qualities, has absolutely qualities to win the tournament. But it will be a long path. It will be a marathon. It will be every game a nail biter. It will be drama. But this is what a tournament is about. Tournaments are about drama. As we saw the last World Cup, it was beautiful drama. So hopefully we go all the way through, but it will be one step at a time.
Thanks. Another question, please.
علاء الدين قرع وكالة الأنباء القطرية. سؤال المدرب يورجن كليزمان. طبعا تجربة للمرة الأولى في كأس آسيا للمدرب كلينزمان. رأيه بالنتائج المباريات الافتتاحية وأيضا في فوز المنتخب القطري في الافتتاحي على المنتخب اللبناني كونه حامل اللقب.
Well, I can only give compliments to Qatar for their first game, which was exciting. It was a full stadium, 82,000, and a fantastic result to start the tournament with. When you're host of a tournament, you want the host to do well. It's important because it keeps the energy up in the whole country, keeps the energy up in all the stadiums. So it was important that Qatar starts with a win for all of us. And I enjoy watching them. And maybe sooner or later we will face them, and then we'll see how it will end. But huge compliment to them to their start.
Thank you. Next question.
Hello, Coach. Right here. I'm Rizwan from the Gulf Times. You've been a World Cup star. You've coached the U.S. team, and now you're with the Asian team. So you're probably the best person to answer this question. In your opinion, how well is the Asian level of football in the last few years, or how good can it be in the coming years? If you could elaborate on that, please. Thank you.
Well, looking at it from the outside, and I was here for the entire month during the World Cup, working with Arsene Wenger and FIFA for the technical committee. Asian football has improved a lot. The quality has risen over the last 10, 15 years dramatically. There were big surprises in the World Cup that you saw from Asian teams. Japan sending home Germany as a big example. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina in the first game, getting Argentina really nervous for their second game. Korea beating Portugal, and so many examples. So one key of that is that players like Ichan play in Europe. This is a big key for Asian football to bring players into the top leagues in Europe, because the best competition in the world is the European Champions League. If you can manage it as a national team to get some players into the top leagues, like he plays in the Premier League or the Bundesliga or Serie A, Spanish League, Italian League, is one of the keys for all Asian teams, to improve their national team level. And that's what happened over the last 10, 15, 20 years. And that's one of the reasons why they do so well now, and hopefully even better in the future time. But the level has improved dramatically.
Thanks, Coach. Please.
Peter Stebbings from the news agency AFP. Just a question to the coach and the player. We've seen Hee-chan this season in the Premier League playing really well, scoring a lot of goals, averaging a goal every other game. I just wonder, what's from your point of view, Jürgen, and the player, what's kind of clicked this season compared to last season? And just as a sort of second part of that question, following up what you said, Jürgen, do you think that Asian players in general have been looked at enough by Premier League clubs, given the success that Hee-chan and obviously Sonny and Endo have had this season as well? Thank you.
일단 황희찬 선수에게 질문은요. 이번 시즌 상당히 좋은 그런 활약을 또 소속팀이나 대표팀에서 보여주고 있는데, 작년하고 혹시 달라진 점이 뭔지, 올해 또 특별히 뭐 달라지거나 아니면 올해 또 시즌 초반부터 그런 좋은 경기력을 보여주는 그런 특별한 뭐 이유가 있는지에 대한 질문이었습니다.
일단은 이번 시즌하고 그 전에 시즌들하고는 조금 뭐 결과적으로 차이가 공격 포인트적인 부분에서 많이 있었던 것 같은데 크게 특별한 점은 없는 것 같아요. 뭐 잠 잘 자고 치료 잘 받고 네 훈련 열심히 하고 하다 보니까 좋은 결과가 있었던 것 같고 또 울버햄튼에서도 어쨌든 프리미어리그에서 이제 3년 차고 잘 해야 되는 이제 시기이기 때문에 조금 더 잘할 수 있었던 것 같고 팀에서도 되게 많은 도움을 주고 있고 제가 잘할 수 있도록 많은 사람들이 또 도움을 주고 있기 때문에 그런 부분에서 좋은 결과가 있었던 것 같습니다.
I mean, obviously, if you look at the attacking points like goals or assists, yes, I'm doing better than last year, but nothing has changed dramatically. I'm just trying to take care of my body well, like sleeping well, eating the right thing, getting the right treatment. But most importantly, it's the third year in the Premier League with Wolves. It's a very important year for me. But what's more important is a lot of people are taking good care of me. A lot of people are taking good care of me. They're helping me to do well. They're helping me to keep a good shape. So I think that has been important, but there hasn't been like a dramatic change compared to last year.
I think you can only give them a lot of credit. You know, players that come from another continent to go into Europe and to prove their points. It maybe looks easy on a piece of paper, but in real life, it's not easy. It's not easy. They come into a different country, speaking different languages. Ijan played first in Austria, Germany, then it comes to the Premier League. You have to adjust yourself to the people there. You know, you have to learn the languages. You have to understand different style of football. You know, and you're far away. And I know it now a little bit because I fly a lot back and forth. It's long trips, you know, you want to see the family, you miss your friends. So when they now get to like Ichan does this season and gets his goals that he badly wants to score, that he's hungry for, or, you know, see Sonny, or you see a Kim Min-jae moving from Napoli, become best defender in Italy to go to Bayern Munich, and other players, if once they did those steps, you gotta give them a lot of credit, you know, because they have so much at stake. They have to put so much energy in that process. Whereas the domestic player, if you play in your own country, like I would play in my own country, Germany, I'm just used to everything. I speak the language, I know the food, I know the climate, I know everything, no problem. But they go far away and prove their point, so you gotta give them a lot of compliments.
Thank you very much. The last question, please.
Coach, good afternoon. بسأل باللغة العربية.
Okay.
مرحبا كابتن كلينزمان. مازن من البحرين. I know جمعت معلومات كثيرة about عن المعلومات المنتخبات الأربعة اللي موجودة بالمجموعة الخامسة أكيد. لديك معلومات كثيرة أكيد. إذا ممكن تساعدني اليوم بتوزيع البطاقات الأربعة على الفرق الموجودة بالمجموعة من الأول إلى الرابع لو سمحت.
Very nicely said. Based on information that we collected, we will have a very difficult game tomorrow. We will have a very difficult game. So the outcome of the group, we'll see, you know, in 10 days from now. But we do not underestimate the Bahrain team, not even 1 second. We have a lot of respect for them. It will be a lot of work for us. And we have to bring out the best in our game to win this game. So this is how we will approach every single game in this tournament. But the next game is always the most important one, the most difficult one. So it will be a difficult game tomorrow. We expect it that way. And I hope you will be happy with the results of the group once you played your 3 games as well.
Thank you very much. So it was the answer for the last question. We thank you for attending and wish you best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
الجولة القادمة من نهائيات كأس آسيا. تايلاند، قرغيزستان. نهائيات كأس آسيا على أبوظبي الرياضية آسيا عبر تطبيق ستارز بلاي وإي لايف اتصالات ودو.
نحن أتينا لأجلك، لئلا تفوتك المتعة من أرضك. نحن الفصل المفقود الذي سيحكى. نجوب الدوحة من كل فريج وسكة.